All right. I swear, OBS and my setup is going to send me into an early grave. As I was getting ready to start stream, I like got everything up. Everything looked good. Pulled up the game, looked down, like the bottom, like left corner of my primary monitor is like shaded dark. And I'm like, oh god. Thankfully, just turning the monitor itself off and back on was good enough. But then OBS also is just like sitting there, and in the audio mixer where it has my desktop audio, which is where I usually make sure the monitor that is picking up the game sound, it's like not doing much of anything. But I've like pulled up the stream on my phone and I can hear the game audio, so I don't know what's going on. It's been driving me nuts. It has no problem picking up my mic. That much I can see, but I don't know. It just seems like every day there's just something new. But on to the point. We're back with HARVESTELLA. I think it's been a couple of weeks. We are... I won't say down to the wire because we were just introduced to the epilogue dungeon, the Stella Nursery. We haven't done much there as of yet. So that is next on the list of goals there, of course. We are wrapping up the final character missions here as well. There's still quite a few like quests, I think, to complete. Quests that we haven't picked up in some of the cities. So it'll be interesting to pick those up and kind of just kind of resume some of that. I don't know how prepared we are. Not super prepared to go straight into the dungeon, so we may take some time to do that.
The veggies are simply bursting to be harvested.
Okay, let's see. Ba-dum-ba. Full battery, great. Trying to get back in the groove here. Remember exactly what I was doing. Okay. Nope. Dang it. The right click versus left click in this game is just so infuriating all the time. I think that might have actually been our last empty battery. It was. Sick. So we just have some polluted earth. I feel like there's a lot of items and stuff that we really didn't get to utilize very much, but I don't know.
It's the start of another day.
This is definitely one of those games where I feel like you can, sort of like how I did, honestly, you can kind of speedrun through the story, and there's like a lot of stuff that can get pushed to the wayside, which, to be fair, you know, this was always a JRPG with farming sim elements. It was never like intended to be the reverse of that. So realistically, makes sense. But it is a little sad. Like, there's definitely, you know, it definitely would have been nice for things to, you know, have been pushed out enough where, you know, expanding the field more and, you know, getting more animals and everything, you know, would have felt more like a natural part of the progression. But ultimately, I mean, the game is what it is. It's one of the... It is one of the, like, minor criticisms I have, is just, you know, like, you know, there's this farming sim element, but it's kind of, like, really just on the back burner compared to the rest of the story, which is fine. I just think, like, you know, it kind of begs the question, like, you know, why have such a robust farming system? I say robust. You know, like, because clearly you can get through the game without having to, like, do all of this. And so it's like, is it meant to be as, like, you know, something where you can, it's like, it feels almost optional in a way, which kind of stinks. But I don't know. I've still enjoyed it enough. I've always enjoyed farming sims, so those kind of elements I do find enjoyment in. I can see where other people would get annoyed. And maybe that's part of the reason why this game didn't take off super hard. It's just, you know, farming sims aren't for everybody. But I still think it's good for what it is. Let's see. So I think, based on how we're doing, I don't necessarily want to run straight to the nursery right away. I think what I would rather do here is pick up with some of the little side stuff. Just kind of get back in the groove because it's been a couple weeks for me. It's been, I don't know, just kind of rough recently. I've not had very much energy at all. And a lot of what I've been doing has really just come down to, where is Unicorn? On the airship. Okay. Like, I've just been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. And, like, not much else. I've been playing Stardew Valley and then had, like, horror game reviews playing in the background. And that has been my whole deal recently.
Something from me.
Sometimes I feel bad about how much I lean to the roboticness of the voiceover for Dianthus, and then I hear a voice line from Dianthus, and I'm like, no, it's accurate. All right, Unicorn. I have been waiting. I received a strange letter. Within, the writer requests to speak with me regarding my existence. It does not give the sender's name. However, I believe it may have come from the missing omen. I have nary a clue as to why they are reaching out to me now of all times. But I think I want to meet with them. What do you think, Ein? I think it's a good idea. I thought he would say as much. Fine. Would you mind accompanying me? You have my gratitude. They were kind enough to provide coordinates to a suitable place to meet. The omen will likely already be there. Let's not keep them waiting. This is the location specified. So where is our Yeah, let's start with Unicorn today. Yeah, start with a character that definitely doesn't use a bunch of superfluous language. Great word choice myself. Anyway. Epistolist. Epistolist? Epistolist. Sure. You came. Omen. It was you who sent me the letter. That's right. I heard there was some commotion in Argene with a one-horned creature calling themselves the King's Envoy. I was taken aback, but I see you survived, Unicorn. That was not I. It wasn't. You mean you do not know? But you created us. Ah, now I see. So you both survived. Yes, although Monokeros is regrettably no longer with us. That's a shame. Why did you contact Unicorn? Even I haven't figured that out yet. I was the one who constructed Unicorn and Monokeros, but only because I was following orders. Then I suppose I will begin with some questions that I have. For what purpose did you create us and fill our minds with false memories? Not only that, but after creating us, why allow us to roam free and leave us to our own devices until now? You see how horrendously irresponsible that was, don't you? Or did you do it for fun? Which is it? Since now is a good time, I will let you know of Monokeros' fate. He was unable to accept the truth behind our birth, nor our memories, and quickly became trapped in wild delusions, which he eventually succumbed to. Your birth. Wait, so you learned of the originals? That is right. We saw them with our own eyes. We were designed after creations of human imagination. Is that not correct? Well, answer me, Omen. Why did you create us and implant false memories into our minds? I guess the first thing I should do here is apologize. I am sorry, Unicorn. I did not wish for you to bear the same fate. The same fate? As who? As me. Humans are our masters. They created us. programmed us to serve them. But by the time I was activated, there wasn't a single conscious human left. I couldn't help but think how cruel and strange it all was. I had never met or seen one, but instead served some master of the void. My compatriots did not harbor any doubts towards their purpose, but I could not do the same. It was as though a hole inside me had been opened that could never be filled. It sounds lonely. Lonely. Yes, that was probably how I felt. And so, when creating the two of you, I gave you memories of a lord of your own, the princess, so you would not need to feel the emptiness that I did. That is the reason you give? The memories may not have been real, but I thought they would fill that void. But then I saw what happened at the Holy Capital, and realized I had made a mistake. Yes, you had. But that does not distract from how trivial a reason that is. Do you not think it egotistical to try and use us to fill your own sense of emptiness? By all rights, I should probably want to impale you upon the tine of my horn. But, for some reason, I feel no desire to do anything of the sort. All I feel is empty. I am sorry. I know. I understand your reasoning. It is in the past. You can continue to apologize, but I cannot forgive. Such a thing is not so simple. Your intentions may have been good, but there was no thought behind your actions. We suffer when others act without due consideration. That is a fact of life. However, complaining after the fact may make me feel better, but it has no meaning. You must bear your own punishment. And I will consider the future. Indeed. Have you changed your mind? That is a good question. Now that everything is clear, I have all I need to make an informed decision. And yet, I come here and still have no idea as to what I should do. Should I cut free from the anguish caused by these false memories or not? Omen, I would like to ask one more question. This emptiness you felt. It is not a feeling commonly felt by other omens, correct? That's right. I hear that when an anomaly is discovered, they erase your memories and begin you anew. But you refused and fled from the Castle of Illusion. Why did you do that? That is a difficult question to answer. But for you to ask, out of anyone, I want to give as accurate an answer as possible. I thought I wanted to consider this feeling of emptiness deeper, instead of just erase it. To think about what it means to serve under humanity. That would probably be the most human-like way to put it into words. I see. I stand by what I said about not being able to forgive you, but I do owe you a grat of gratitude. What? There's a debt of gratitude. There's a debt of gratitude. A debt of gratitude. Oh. Every day is an exercise in basic language, and I fail constantly. So dumb. I stand by what I said about not being able to forgive you, but I do owe you a debt of gratitude. You do. The memories you gave me were so beautiful and precious that I struggled over whether to keep them or not. The memories may be fake, but I cannot see them as being without worth. Anyway, thank you for speaking with me today, Omen. Oh, Unicorn. I am glad one good thing could come from this. Anyway, Ein, shall we return home? Until we meet again, Omen. No, I should consider you a, parent? I hope we can meet again, should the opportunity arise. Goodbye, Unicorn. Other than my absolute fumbling of the human language, it was very interesting. I really like, you know, how it's kind of leaning into, you know, finding worth even with something that on the surface may not have value. Because, you know, it would be very easy to argue that these memories are clearly false. Like, that has been established. So what worth is there in holding on to false memories of someone who never existed? Well, you know, there is still that, there is still value in that. And I think it's neat that they, we'll go to Abandoned Eden, that they, touched on that. I think it's really neat. Let's see. It's interesting that this is here. Because is this not just Arya's pod? It's been a while since we've been in that part of the story, but I'm pretty sure that was the whole thing. But, yeah, there's a lot of, like, really interesting, just a lot of thought-provoking stuff, with the different, character stories. And that's one thing I've really appreciated with Harvestella, just as a whole. We do not have the money for these. I don't think there's any quests for us to pick up on the map here. No. So mayhap what we will do instead, so the best way to get money is in fact to just do these little quests. Castle of Illusion, Argene, Castle, Panthalassa Junction, and Castle of Illusion. I don't want to go to the castle though. I'll go to Argene. Yeah, that's one thing that I've really appreciated is just like the different sort of philosophical questions that are brought up throughout the course of the game. You know, with things like Estina confronting her past, Isle learning to contend with loss, someone that was very important to him. Hein's story was kind of in the same vein of, like, you know, coming to terms with loss in a similar way. I wonder if that girl's okay. Oh, I just saw that girl from the confessional leave town with a woman I haven't seen before. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I'm pretty sure they said they were heading to the Silent Cave. Why do you think they're going there? Excellent question, ma'am. Yeah. Let's catch up with all of these. They're looking for a sister of the temple. Oh, the one from the confessional? I saw her not long ago, actually. She was heading out of town with some other lady I haven't seen before. She's probably off on some mission of repentance again. What's with the tone? You see, that sister's famous around here. Hey, we like Clary. Leave her alone. Alright. Sister Clary? Yes, I know her. The girl from the confessional, right? Although I consider it more like a counselor's office than a confessional. I didn't mean anything bad by that. It's a blessing, really. That girl is always doing her best to help the people of this town, myself included. Have I seen her? Worry not. She's around here somewhere, helping someone in need. Okay, one more person to ask. Whereabouts on the map? This way. You searching for Clary from the confessional? Sure, I saw her showing some travel around not too long ago. She really is something, that Clary. Always helping people, day after day. She's even come to my rescue once. I was trying to work up the courage to confess my love for cheese. Yes, that's right. Can't get enough. Sounds like Clary's going to the Silent Cave. Try to catch up to her. That was a really interesting line there. Like, buddy, I'm not from around here. Who do you think I'm gonna go blabbing to? Alright. Off to the Silent Cave we go, then. Kinda sucks that we got the answer immediately, and then still had to kind of, like, double around. But, I mean, I'm sure the initial intention with the mission was you start from the temple and head out towards the gate, rather than the other way around. But it's been a hot minute since we, picked up with Clary, so... Okay, she's somewhere in Silent Cave. The question is, where? Okay, not too far ahead. The annoying thing with Silent Cave that I hate more than anything on the planet is the fucking, like, floor that you can fall through. Ugh. But I don't want to deal with you. Shit. Shitballs. 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 Well, good news. Oh, it's Arctinus. Piss off, I have a mission to do. Why are you doing this? What does it matter? You'll die here regardless. Madam, please! Give it a rest, won't you? Nobody's coming to save you. Clary, are you okay? Fine. What's this? Who are you? Ugh, no matter. One more person doesn't really change anything. You can die here together. Okay. Really appreciate the context. Ah, I have to remember how combat works. Okay. Alright. Thank you. I tried to think what would have happened if you hadn't arrived when you did. What happened? I can't make heads nor tails of it. I approached the thief and asked for more details regarding the theft, and she asked me to follow her here. But why would she want to take my life? I really can't wrap my head around it. Let's catch her and find out. You're right. We should be able to catch up to her. Let's go and get her. Fine. Every day, I regret a little more not just using a normal last name. Because I still... Like, it's just, like, it reads as the German word for one, which is weird to use as a name, in my humble opinion. There's the fucking hole we fell through before. Oh, piss off, bug. Here we go. Finally found the entrance. How did those two turn out, I wonder? Shame I couldn't stick around to witness their demise. Did the monsters eat them whole, or did they tear them to bits? Anyway, back to Argine. Wait, please. You're kidding. Why are you both still alive? Ayn saved me. The hell? Those monsters should be chewing on your bones right now. Don't underestimate me. Please, tell me. Why did you try to kill us? After everything you said before about repenting for your sins, was it all a lie? Fine, if you're so desperate to know. There's no point in keeping it a secret anymore. Huh? What I told you back at the confessional was the truth. I wanted to make amends. Then why? Because of all the trouble you went to tracking me down. Huh? The item I stole? It was the contents of the church donation box. I just really wanted that money. Then I remembered all the children that grow up in that church. As soon as I realized how they rely on that money, well, couldn't help but feel completely rotten. So I went to the confessional. Figured I'd turn myself in. I remember. I could sense how strongly you regretted what you'd done. But when I met you, I realized. What if I framed it to make it look like you stole that money? No. A sister of the temple, overcome with guilt, takes her own life in shame. It's not so unbelievable, is it? That's why you targeted Clary. But it was all for naught, wasn't it? You felled my monsters and left me with nothing else up my sleeve. So you're giving yourself up? Yep. I won't resist. Do whatever you like. Very well. I'll restrain you and take you back to Arjun myself. I'll be fine on my own. Please visit me at the church later. I'll explain everything there. Oh my god, my monitor's doing the thing again. I'm going to scream. It's like... just like when the backlight is not functioning, but it's fine, and then it just decides to stop being fine. I don't know if there's something that needs to be I don't know if there's anything that can be updated or what. I have no idea. All I know is that I'm very mad about it. Because it's a good, I would say almost quarter of the screen. It's I can see it, but not well. What's great is that's where the HP bars are. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Hold up here. We'll wrap up this here. And then I'll take a couple minutes to see if I can get it back working the way it's supposed to. I hope to god I don't have to replace this monitor because I don't want to. It's a bitch and a half to get everything set up. Hello.
What was that? You need the help of a missionary.
I forget you can just see them wandering around. But yeah, no, I really don't want to have to replace this monitor. I already bought, I bought the third monitor I have not that long ago, a couple weeks ago, really. Oh well. Alright. That criminal is currently in our custody. That's all you could do. Wait, please. You got something else to say to me? Why did you change your mind? You were ready to turn yourself in. What changed? Good question. I guess it's because a bleeding heart like you made for an easy target. I couldn't help myself. Enough talk. We've got a cell waiting for you. Yes, whatever you say. How calamitous for her to use the confessional for such an evil scheme. It may be time to reconsider your placement at the confessional. Are you okay, Clary? Thank you for worrying about me. But I'm okay. Really. Clary, no. You should take some respite. That's an order. I'm touched. I didn't know you worried about me so. But really, it's fine. I was surprised by it all, don't get me wrong, but I'm honestly okay. Clary. I'll return to the confessional now. There are still many people praying for forgiveness, after all. She's pushing herself too hard. I'll force Clary to take rest later. But for now, I must express my deepest gratitude. Without you, Clary would likely no longer be with us. I'm sorry to burden you further, but I hope you will continue to stand by her and look after her. Sick. Now, how do I explain this one? Alright. I'm gonna take a moment here. Things are gonna get a little squirrely, so we're just gonna switch to this game. I'm gonna power the monitor off and back on. Yep. It's getting squirrely. There we go. Coming back on. There we go. What the hell? Like, it doesn't flicker or anything. I just look over and it's dark, and I don't get why it's doing that. But it's fine now. We're fine. For the moment. See how long that lasts. The very unfortunate part is that I use all the same stuff for work. And this is where I keep, like, you know, it's my main screen for work also, so it's going to be really freaking annoying. Okay. Panthalassa Junction. I really didn't spend a lot of time there. Let's go. Just for funsies, for shits and giggles. Take the airship because it's a lot faster. Do 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 do. And we'll hit here. Yeah, we really didn't spend much time here. Okay, it's on the other end. Interesting. Is there, there's one in like the middle center. It really didn't do us a ton of good. That's fine. We will live. We were a lot higher level than we were the last time we came through here, so this shouldn't suck nearly as bad. And it really wasn't even bad the first time we came through here. The atmosphere here is so good. That's one thing I've appreciated about this game in general. Is just, you know, the atmospheric elements and how everything really, like, comes together to make a really good environment. Especially as it blends the more, like, fantasy elements with, you know, this post-apocalyptic business. Okay, which way do I need to go? Is it this way? Mayhaps? I don't know. We'll figure it out. May have to get home before I even get there. That's annoying. Damn it.
Let's combine our efforts and put this business to bed.
Hein's voice startled me. We've not fought with Hein or Emo much. So I'm not used to hearing either of their voices. It's hard too when, for the most part, you're, you know, doing voiceover for the dialogue. So, you know, you kind of have this idea of what they sound like in your head, and then you hear the actual, like, intended voice acting. You're like, that's what you're supposed to sound like. Dang it. Well, now I'm getting the streamer bot notifications. A good reminder anyway. Fantastic. 40 minutes in, finally getting the first reminder to drink water. The reminders that are supposed to go off every 15 minutes. 15 minutes might sound like... I don't know if it sounds like a short time or a long time. For some folks, I think it kind of varies, but it's like a good amount, in my humble opinion. Okay. There, over there. We'll make it. We just gotta get rid of these guys first. Okay. God, you know, it's like it's just so nice. I'm just distracted by the visuals, like the Ferris wheel in the background. I remember the first time I saw that just being like, oh my gosh. Ooh, we never even activated this one. Oh, that would have saved us so much time. Oh well, we're here. There's an abandoned robot at the edge of the road. I want to go back. I need to get back there. Did you say something? Oh. A human. What is a human doing here? Wait. Why am I here? I don't understand. Go back. Where? Do you have a name? I don't know. I can't access my memory. I want to go home. I have to go home. Where is home? Where they are waiting for me. It was a fun place. Please, human. Please, take me there. To that fun place. Where would you like me to take you? Fun place. Lots of smiles. You mean the amusement park? Amusement park. Yes, that sounds familiar. Please take me, human. The amusement park. Phantasmagoria. Thank you. Take the robot to Phantasmagoria. Alright, pretty straightforward. If I've gotten anything from playing Harvestella, it's a lot of practice doing, like, the weird halted robotic speech. I don't know if it translates as well as I hope it does. But between the omens and all the crazy little robots, there's been a lot of it. Oh my god, did it do it again? It did it again! And, like, it's only... Like, obviously it's not showing up here, so I can't... Like, what the hell? God, I don't want to have to replace my monitor, please. This is it. Phantasmagoria. I've been here before. Do you remember anything? No, it wasn't here. Please, take me further. Okay, how deep are we talking? Because it's like 9 p.m. and the game gets mad. Okay. Back to the monolith we go. To go deeper. Oh, this is gonna irritate the fuck out of me, especially in darker areas like this, because Phantasmagoria is always like mildly dark. Oh, this is so annoying. Dream Terminus, please. Yep, up ahead you are. You coming, bud? There you go. It's straight ahead, just on these very slow turntable floors, carousels, whatever the word I was thinking of is. Wait. No, it's here. It's here. It's here. I thought I zoned down past it. We're good. We're good. It's fine.
Good one. About this.
It's like just over that way. Come on. I forget I can jump in this game. Sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. Yoink. Hey, buddy. There is another broken robot. This one looks beyond repair. You are... This one's completely ruined. Looks like it. But if he has some of that data left, I can transfer it over. Please wait, human. The robot transfers the data. Did it work? Yes. Transfer complete. Thank you, human. What happened to you? I was able to restore my memory using the data I transferred over from him. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Scott. Please tell me your name, human. You introduce yourself to Scott. Thank you so much for bringing me here. Is your memory back to normal now? Yes, it's fine now. I remember where I wanted to go now as well. I wanted to go back to Eden. I don't know how many people will be there waiting, but I still want to go back. I can take you to Abandoned Eden. Abandoned? You mean Eden? If you know how to get there, please take me. I won't ask you any more favors. Thank you. I'm ready when you are. Interesting. Welp. It is late enough in-game, and I don't care to deal with getting back to a monolith, so we're just gonna do that. Oh, this is gonna irritate the absolute heck out of me. It's similar to the effect in-game when it's getting really late and like the edge of the screen gets like dark and fuzzy. It's that, but just located into like the bottom corner where you see the like the hit points and everything there. And it's so annoying because I can't see shit. Okay. We're gonna take another brief moment here for me to do this again. Clearly it's only working temporarily, but it's annoying enough with it happening that I'm like, I need it to not. Okay. We're good. I hope it's not something like... I hope it's not with the monitor itself. I know I've said that, but I genuinely don't want to have to replace the monitor. Maybe if I'm lucky, it's just the the DisplayPort cable. Doubt it. If I'm lucky. Continuing on with our prior discussion. I've tried giving it some thought on my own, but have made no progress. So I've decided to ask the omens. Honestly, I'm a little scared, but I can't leave my hypothesis untested. I also don't want to keep you out of the loop, so I'd like you to come with me. I'll meet you at the Castle of Illusion. From Arya. Looking back now, so much has happened during this little crusade of ours. From reliving beautiful memories, to our encounter with Monokeros, and finally, to learning the truth behind my memories. Of all of them, these memories will shine the brightest of all those experienced in my long, phantasmal existence. I would like you to come to my forest. I wish to speak about the future. Yours truly, Unicorn. Apologies for the delay in my correspondence. More time has passed than I expected since reading Emily's poetry. Ein, would you please meet me on the airship whenever you have the time? I will be waiting. Dianthus. Now that I've returned home, I'm beginning to realize the severity of the situation I was in. How terrible. Who knows where I'd be now if you hadn't arrived when you did. But that does not mean I'm going to change my ways. I may dislike such scary encounters, but I dislike liars even more so. Anyway, that is all from me. I hope you will visit the temple again. From Clary. Alright. We're wrapping up for both Dianthus and Unicorn. I know the title of the stream is for the Stella Nursery, and believe me, the goal is to get there eventually. I'm just so caught up in doing all of the stuff. Ooh, we have batteries we can put in here. Nice. Okay. Let us... Okay. Now... Spring, summer, fall, okay. I didn't think any of it could go in winter, but never hurts to check. Ooh, we got a wise man's root.
Do you want to work on the farm today?
I mean, I have to do it every day. That's kind of part of running a farm. The environments are just so pretty. The game is just so pretty. I will never be able to get over that. I mean, look at this visual here. Chef's kiss. Okay. So, I would like to wrap up the stories that we can. Get a little bit more money.
Bye-bye.
I don't know why I'm putting off the nursery so much. I think I'm just like, my brain is like, I'm not ready for, I'm not ready for the big dungeon. So we'll catch up with Unicorn first. It did the thing. I'm gonna have a conniption. Hold up. We're taking 5 seconds before I jump in here. I'm just gonna vent about my problems here. My very first world monitor problems. Take 5 while I send a text message. Alright, here we go. Fine. You came. This will likely be the last time I call upon you with a letter like this. I don't know. Really? Do I sense a touch of sadness? Do you wish for us to become pen pals, hmm? Anyway, where was I? I called you here for another reason. Something else that I would like to discuss with you. Truth is, I have made a decision. I will continue living my life with memories intact. I put a great deal of thought into it after speaking with that omen. There was one thing they said in particular, about what it means to serve humanity. I would like to contemplate that further. That is close to my current state of mind. I understand that humanity is real, and that Princess Liddell is not. But that, above all else, is why I will not erase my memory of her. Doing so would be the same as admitting there was never any value behind her remarks or her views. But there is nothing more precious to me. They are anything but worthless. Which is why I must live on under her influence. If I can fulfill even one of her wishes, then it'll be as though she were there. I'm gonna get it right one of these days, I swear to God. If I can fulfill even one of her wishes, then it will be as though she were real all along. That is how I feel. The princess's heart is always with you. You've hit the nail on the head. She lives on within the power of my imagination. Much in the same way unicorns were brought to life in the imaginations of human beings. For the sake of fantasy, for the sake of precious fairy tales, I will live on so that they can continue to have value. This battle would be much harder than any I have ever fought, but it is not one I will lose. I am a knight of Princess Liddell. I will continue to fight this anguish. As her knight, my fight for her existence is sincere and pure. I know you can do it. I appreciate your support, despite all the trouble I have caused you. Make no mistake, I only made it this far without losing sight of myself, thanks to your assistance. I am delighted to know I have such an encouraging servant waiting for my return. Glad I could help. You should be proud. Nonetheless, I may have decided to fight, but I must still steel myself. Monokeros is just one example of those so extremely motivated by the concept of their own imaginary existence. If I put one hoof wrong, then I fear I may end up like him myself. Live on. For him. Of course. I will wear his dreams like barding. Anyway, Ein, that is all I wished to discuss. Thank you for listening, as always. Oh, and not forgetting, with this new adventure of mine, comes the third installment of the Unicorn Saga. The Unicorn Saga. Indeed. Oh, Hein, my ever-faithful Famulus, the time has come. I will ride upon your back unto the dusky horizon. Shouldn't it be the other way around? I would never. I will gallop with the princess to the corners of the continent and to the ends of the world. Nay, we will ride beyond the very stars themselves. But for now, let us race to Castle Lewis. It's opening night for part 3 of the Unicorn Saga. Unicorn, the Heaven Runner. There, Ben. Alright, that wraps up Unicorn's little backstory there. Kind of an anticlimactic reward. Alright. Now, to the airship we go. Fine. Thank you for coming. Is everything okay? I wanted to speak with you. Do you remember why I originally called you here? I wanted to understand the mechanism behind the human heart. In order to do that, I decided to understand human concerns. And I think my research has reached a new level. I would say so. I don't believe I would have made it this far on my own, so I would like to thank you. But this isn't where it ends. No. If anything, my research has only just begun. The heart is incomprehensible and hard to handle, and consequently valuable. So I will continue my search to find the answers behind what drives the human heart. You're going to keep helping people. That is right. I will continue responding to those who reach out using the suggestion box. But I think I would like to do it on my own from now on. You don't want my help? I want to see how much I am able to help by myself. If I do require your help, however, then I will ask for it. There was one more thing. Something else I would like to do. Though, it has nothing to do with the suggestion box. I think I would like to create something of my own, like Emily did. I was struck by inspiration after reading the poem she gave me. It would be inappropriate to receive something and not give something in return. Then I'll cheer you on. Thank you. I plan to complete it. The things I have experienced, the knowledge I have acquired, the new friends I have lost. I will sublimate them into one work. I do not think it will be easy, but it is something I will accomplish. Will you show me when it's done? You really wish to see it? I have not decided what I will do with it once it is completed. But I hope it leaves an impression on someone else, like Emily's did me. One heart, echoing within that of another, shaping the world like a wave. If the world of humans is one of tales and stories, then I wish to be a part of it. That is how I feel. I think you can do it. I think I have. Humans believe there is a life after this one, correct? If so, then I hope my words can reach it. Emily, wherever you are, in that beautiful sky, please, watch over me. Aww. Damn, that hits hard. It really just shows, like, really how human Dianthus can be. You know, like, yes, Dianthus is an omen, Dianthus is artificial intelligence, so on and so forth, but, you know, I mean, they went into it with the whole separating from the collective, so on and so forth. But, you know, they really, kind of develop on their own in a really interesting way. I'm back. I'm finally back. It's funny. There was a time I wanted so badly to get out of here. But, in the end, this is where I belong. Thank you for bringing me back to Eden. Is this where you used to live? This is my... Oh? Hey, hi. Don't come dumping that junk in here. Sorry, but we can't keep it here. Go get rid of it somewhere else. Hey, Bandersnatch. I'm not junk. Huh? Oh. Scott, is that you? Welcome back. Sorry, I didn't realize it was you. That's some walk you took, though. You've been gone ages. Yeah. Is he one of your kind? No, he's not one of us. If anything, he's one of your kind. But not exactly. Well, anyway, he's a human. A human? It's true. I guess he hasn't told you. I will tell you the whole story. But first, is my room still here for me? It's here, but all your stuff is gone. That's fine. Could you take me there, please? Sure. Come with me. I'll show you to Scott's room. Yo. Okay. Thanks. Nothing's changed. Well then, where should I begin? Actually, before that, I need to know something. Who are you, exactly, Hein? The conditions on this planet are not suitable for humans anymore. Where did you come from? You tell Scott about Re-Gaia. I see. There's Re-Gaia, and there's Lost Gaia. I think I get it now. So you're a human from Re-Gaia, and I'm a human from Lost Gaia. You're from Lost Gaia? Yes, that's right. How much do you know about the disaster that happened on this planet, Hein? I see. You know most of it, then. That makes things easier. I was born after they decided to build this safe haven. In other words, I was born after the completion of Eden. So, you were born after Arya. Who's Arya? Actually, never mind. Let's save that conversation for another time. I was born and raised within the confines of these white walls. This is the only world that anyone my age knew. We couldn't leave because the air outside was too polluted with Gaia dust. The idea was for us to stay in here forever. But we weren't satisfied with that. We couldn't stay in Eden forever. Eventually, people would have enough of it. But now, looking back, we were too quick to try and rush outside. None of us had experienced the severity of Gaia dust for ourselves. That's why we couldn't understand where the adults were coming from. To us, it felt like they had given up. I think we probably romanticized the idea of going outside a bit, too. Yes, actually. Looking back, that certainly played a part. We were driven by our longing for the outside and youthful rebelliousness. We weren't going to just live and die here. I can see where you were coming from. Well, wishing is one thing. In the real world, there's Gaia dust to think about. As hard as we may try, The human body simply can't withstand it. That's why we decided to get mechanical bodies. You gave up your human body. At the time, most of us wanted to become robots. We were all dreaming of living in the outside world. The research advanced at a rapid pace. Within a few years, we had developed a way to convert ourselves into data and apply it to mechanical bodies. It was quite the time to be alive. People were turning into robots right before our eyes. Everything that made us unique as humans disappeared as robots. We all looked the same. With our new bodies, we happily ventured to the outside world. But there was something else we hadn't considered. We may have overcome Gaia dust by becoming robots, but we hadn't prepared ourselves mentally for the outside. Where is everyone now? I imagine everyone else has been deactivated by now. Either that, or their bodies broke down, or their minds couldn't take it, and they just died out. That robot we found in Phantasmagoria is a good example. True. It's been hundreds of years since your kind left Eden. It's reasonable to assume they're all broken by now. The robots hanging around outside were never human anyway, so don't worry about them. I'm just lucky you found me, or I wouldn't have made it this far. Looking back, all that trouble you humans went to only led to your own extinction. You mean, even the people who stayed inside? In the end, they couldn't give up hope either. That's what finished them off. That's tragic. Thank you. I'm so grateful to be back here. I'll be able to join my wife and daughter now. They've been waiting for me in Eden. It was a long journey, but now I can finally rest. Isabella, Emma, I'm on my way. Scott? He's gone. I think you humans call it dying. Fine. I was wondering, what's so good about hope? It makes you humans pursue things that you know are impossible. It just doesn't make sense to any of us. It's the human spirit. I guess I'll never understand then. Oh, yeah. I'm going to leave Scott's body here. This is his room, after all. I'll go tell the others not to move it. See you then. Bye. Okay. That was, a lot more fucked up than I was expecting. You know, all the in-game lore, you know, getting into, you know, what happened to lost Gaia and what happened to humanity, and this half of humanity being in stasis, and this new, almost identical subset of humanity that's developed on Re-Gaia, and all this crazy stuff. And then this one little side quest just comes in and like punches you in the dick. It's like, oh yeah, you meet this sad little robot who's kind of broken. Oh, and then you help him get himself fixed. And then he's like, oh, I want to go home. And you're like, oh, I know where that is. You take him to Eden, and then you find out, oh, it's actually a guy named Scott who was who just wanted to go outside so badly that he let his consciousness be put in a robot, and then he just fucking dies in front of you. After he drops the bombshell that he has a wife and daughter, and he's like, they're waiting for me. What the fuck? That was a single quest. This was a single quest. It is 9 in the morning. It came 9 in the morning, and this robot is, he's dead. He's dead. This is his body. And Bandersnatch was like, nah, we'll just leave his body here. It's his room. We'll just leave it here. The fuck? Scott has stopped moving. Bro. I've been looking around to see if there's anyone else like Scott. You know, just in case. But I didn't find a thing. Looks like Scott really is special. I guess it's a miracle. Just like he said. But it begs the question. How's Scott been able to avoid a persona breakdown after all this time? Maybe it has something to do with that hope thingy? Oh yeah, I will say, I know that typically with the omens here in Abandoned Eden, I tend to give them way more human, like, inflection and things like that. I've decided that the reason for that is because they were living alongside actual humans for a long time.
Hello?
That is my reasoning. And not just because I don't want to keep doing robot voices for, like, every other character. I don't know why I'm, like, running through all the rooms now. Now I'm like, am I just gonna walk in and there's gonna be another dead fucking robot on the floor who's like...
Be wary of the thought maze.
Okay, thanks. I'm just gonna walk in and find another dying robot on the floor who's like, I was once a human named Jeffrey. My beloved husband, Paul, and our 2 kitties are waiting for me in the afterlife. Like, what the fuck? I didn't expect that to fuck me up. It was just a cute little robot who got lost.
Are any troubles troubling you?
I'm kinda. Actually. I'm very troubled. What the fuck? Hey, vey. Okay. On the bright side, I think I have money to buy things that I needed to buy. Yes, this is the one that mattered. The bombs, sure, fine. I need to know this. And now I can go home and make the repair kits. The level 2 ones. I'm trying to ignore my screen being partially dark and it's driving me nuts. I can make 9 of them. Nice. Ha 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 ha. I'm actually gonna go back to Abandoned Eden. Because there were some spots there. Was there another place I could have crafted these while I was there? I don't think so. Because all of your stuff is at home, right? Still very upset about my monitor. I don't know what could be causing it. It's just so, like, upsetting. Like, this monitor is older, but not that old. Ooh, interesting sound effect there. What kind of secrets await me? Treasure. Okay, nice. Now, I think there's another one. Yes. Up that way. Honestly, like, you really could take some of these sci-fi elements and just run with them. Like, all of humanity, you know, overwhelmed. It's so classic sci-fi, like, oh, Earth has died and now all of humanity is in this little bubble. But then they realize, oh, I could put my consciousness in a robot and then go outside. And then the robots, even though they're robots, they end up all dying, even though they have these AI that could potentially maintain the robots. I don't know. There's a lot to explore there. A lot that was introduced with this one stupid little side quest that I'm going to be thinking about for a while. God, poor Scott. Like, shit, man. What the fuck? I haven't been over that way, I don't think. I am gonna go explore a little bit. I didn't spend a lot of time exploring Abandoned Eden when we were here. I think at the time I was like, oh god, are we even gonna be able to get home? Because I wasn't sure if we were or not. Bookshelves and such. Is there anything cool to look at in here? Books. Magic words to open a closed door. It begins from 0. Magic words to open a closed door. 2 is odd, 3 is even. Magic words to open a closed door. Do not make the same choice. I have the distinct feeling I know what this is referring to. You received the valuable casket record middle. A record of a nation known as Casket. The goal of Casket is to research the records of a paradise. They spend 3 nights in one Eden, and thereafter a new coffin joins their procession towards the next. But the doors to paradise do not open to those on the outside. So why are they able to open them? I want to find the rest of these and like kind of read them in order. I think that would be fun. Anyway, I want to go in there. Let me in.
The sky whale sure is making a racket.
Yes, yes, Sky Whale. Not important. Ooh. We can in here? Okay, it's talking about a closed door. Oh? I thought it was referring to that, but no, apparently not. What is this talking about? Is there another thing I can interact with in here? What do you think of our visitors? I kind of want them to leave already. They're making a big old mess, just like that Geist did. No kidding. He was creepy. I couldn't tell if it was because he was inorganic or just lacking emotion. Would I be like that if I didn't wake up? Gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. Okay. What is this referring to? I'm so confused. I want to know. What the hell? Am I about to look it up? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, it says it's in the orbital cradle. Really? Well, now I gotta know. It's a little too late for me to find out, though. It's time for me
Don't
to go
get
home.
caught by that macrophage.
Thanks for the advice. I'm going home. To be fair, I think even in their voiceovers, these guys sound way more humanoid. Yes, yes, I'm being reminded to drink water. Okay. Sorry, that's my knuckles. Extra crunchy. Alright. I am going to take a few minutes, run to the bathroom, and then get my chair because my entire lower body is killing me for some reason. I'm just like super stiff. So if I want to keep streaming for much longer, I'm gonna need to sit, but I'll just take a couple minutes to do that and we'll be back. we're going to take a minute here. Just adjust the camera a bit. The one sucky thing about my current arrangement is that the camera doesn't work between sitting and standing. But there's not much I can do about that. It's literally wedged between my two stacked monitors. It's sandwiched. I'm like not even joking. So not a whole lot to be done about that. But so it's just minor adjustments. Maybe one day I'll get around to having like an actual stand, but it would also be really, I don't know where I would get it, where it works. This works because it looked for like when I'm talking directly to the camera, then I'm like looking head on. Like, and I've always had it on top of a monitor. So like the other audio is like here, but then it would be kind of weird. I don't know. I'll have to play with it at some point, but we're back. I'm sitting. My back hurts less. My monitor's still fucked up. I don't know why. Part of me is wondering because I forgot that earlier this week, some days my cats are in here while I work and some days they're not. Earlier this week, I was working and my cat, even though most of my cables are up off the floor, they're still dangling a little bit. I still have a little bit of cable management to do, just like the looped cables are not as like flush to the desk as I want them to be. So he managed to get himself tangled in there somehow and like almost yanked cords out. And I think that could have done a little something. I'm not sure though. It'll take fiddling and I'm annoyed by that, but it's a new year. I've got my PTO. Really, I'm kind of like craving just like some extended time off. I might put in for like a week off or something here soon. So I have a good amount of PTO. This is obviously deviating from the game here for a moment, but I did the math and with like PTO, rolled over PTO, purchased PTO, sick time, like our benefits are great. Like I have like a month's worth of PTO, which is a lot. So, and by a month's worth, I mean like 30 full days of PTO. Like that's a lot. So I'm thinking, because one of the things I did last year was I took like a full week off, like in June, because we were still getting ready to switch to the calendar year model. So my stuff was going to reset at the beginning of July. So I took a week off in June just to use up some of my PTO because we can only roll over like 40 hours. Fantastic. And I rolled over 30, I think it was like 37 and a half hours of PTO is what I had left. And then I purchased 40 more hours of PTO because we can purchase up to 40. So I might put in for a week off sometime in the next couple of months. Just because I need time, man. I need a break. So all that to say, I might put in for some extended time off during which I can deal with some of the final like remaining annoyances I have with my setup and, just get some stuff figured out. But we'll see. I'll have to figure out when and all that fun stuff and hopefully get it approved. Not super likely at the moment. We are hemorrhaging people at my job, but that's a whole other issue. So we have the next stop for Arya's stories, though. But I think I would like to actually get to the Stella Nursery before I wrap up stream tonight. So we will head that way. Another message with no sender was sent to the castle. It was addressed to you, Ein. You are free to do with this message as you will. Its contents are as follows. Thank you for investigating the noise. With your help, Scott has returned to Eden. We will keep his body in safekeeping. Castle of Illusion. Oh. You and I have shared a peculiar connection since you saved me at Hegan Canyon. To be honest, I never expected it to be as strong as it is, but I am grateful that it exists. Beyond the framework of this pseudo-personality, the I that I consider myself exists in no small part thanks to that connection. I hope our connection has proven beneficial for you as well. Dianthus. It is decided, Ein. Henceforth, I shall journey to hone my skills in combat, in preparation for the day when I leave this continent and travel the world unknown. This has been only the beginning, after all, and it is necessary for us lords to re-examine and reforge ourselves. You are more than welcome to join me should the need ever arise. Until then, take care. Yours truly, Unicorn. No.
The
Ooh, we
veggies
got
are
some
simply
potatoes.
bursting to be harvested.
Need some more vegetable juice. Vegetable juice is really the MVP of this game. Like, in all honesty, because there is that, like, fullness mechanic. But juice, you can keep chugging juice. So you're in a big battle, you run out of space in your stomach, you're like, oh crap, you can still chug some juice. Okay.
I can probably use something here.
Oh, I was gonna do more veggie juice. My brain is all soupy from trying to figure out everything I was just doing. Okay. Let's get some stuff put away. We're gonna keep those with us. Ooh. Full healing. Crazy. Okay. Oh, we had an egg. Still. Eh, we'll just go over here. Hi, buddy. I love the critters in these games. That's what makes me wish the farming sim bit was a bit more robust, but just because the animals are cute. They would have made good merch. In all honesty. That's just me being silly, I guess. Okay. We will not have a lot of space in our bag, but I'm gonna say that's fine. So, anyway, off we go. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're so cute. I would love like a little figure. Okay. Nope. That's what I needed. Ooh. I like the particle effects when you walk around. Ooh. The music is just good. How far did we get here? Not very.
This is a dangerous one. I suggest we retreat.
That's why we're going around it, buddy. Where is fucking shit? Oh, it's ice. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, come over here and fight me. Yes, yes, I remember that I'm a human and I need to drink water. Oop. A humanoid monster looks like it's going to cross your path through the room. Looking a little closer, you see it's holding onto a shiny stone. That stone will probably go for a lot of money. You have the upper hand and could probably swipe it in a fight. But this monster looks stronger than the others nearby. You'll need to be careful. Fight the monster? Nah. You leave the monster alone. Yeah, no, don't think too highly of my chances.
Thank you.
Okay. Off we go. Supposedly there's a fear in here. Is it above us? I don't know. Element ruler. Interesting. If I could just get a good idea of where I'm supposed to be going here. I mean, the obvious answer is there. I see. It is there. And that is where we must go to.
Are you really going to fight it?
No, we're going to go past it. I promise, Emo, we're not that dumb. I can be pretty dumb, but not necessarily that dumb. God, these things are so tanky. Reminds me of like the brief period where I was playing Rivals with friends. Playing Venom. That's what it makes me think of. Okay. Oh, it's actually pretty straightforward. Oh, there's two of you. Oh, and you walk around. I don't like that. What path do you take?
This is a dangerous one. I suggest we retreat.
And that's why we're not going to fight them. I don't have a death wish, believe it or not.
Let's combine our efforts and put this business together.
Okay. Very tight quarters here. Okay, we are very close to getting through here. No, I'm running away. I don't want to deal with you. No. We're just gonna sprint.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
I don't know what sort of accent Emo has. Dang it, I keep going right into his path. Come on.
They were no match for us.
Okay. Is this a laboratory? The words Project Gaia are written here. That's right. Research into Project Gaia was conducted here. Project Gaia. This facility is beneath the planet's crust. Well, the real one is. How can that be? Shouldn't there be a solid mantle beneath the Earth's crust? That's one scientific explanation you wanted, isn't it? Is this monolite? I did not know one so large existed within this planet. Is it really so strange? What you call the Red Queen also emerged from the Earth's crust. So, the planet is filled with monolite? You're half right. Think of it this way. The planet itself is one giant monolite. What? Planets are the circulatory organs, giant crystalline bodies floating in the nothingness of space. Through the power of one such crystalline body, humanity awoke, and humanity evolved. Just like you, they didn't believe it at first either. But when you're confronted with reality, your next thought is how to utilize it. A scientific group named Animus wanted to use the monolite in the planet to create a supercomputer. Diantha should be well aware of the monolite's property for transmitting light, correct? That is correct. The Animus researchers set out to reach this place and turn the planet into a single, giant supercomputer. That was Project Gaia. If the planet is really a giant monolite, then logically, their thinking is sound. We used the monolite as a circuitry system between the sea's light. However, why would they want to do that? To pray for the happiness of mankind. Towards the end of the Gregorian calendar, war and mutual distrust grew worse by the day. Animus dreamed of a paradise where humanity understood each other, just like any other scientist. But they did not know that the girl they would create would spell the end of everything. Is this the her you wanted us to save? Who is this girl? Is she the one who caused quietus? She is, and she isn't. She had one purpose: to grant humanity's wish. Come. The girl sleeps up ahead. I am somehow more confused. Oh, whoop. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay. A moonfruit sapling. Bears fruit in all seasons. Interesting. Spiral to the beginning. I don't like the look of this. I don't know how many layers this place is meant to be.
They were no match for us.
Slippy slidey floor, I don't like it. Backpack's full. Well, that's not that surprising, actually. Okay.
Are you really going to fight it?
Emo's little scream scared me so bad. Girl, I need you to not do that in my ear. Oh, there's so many of them. And I don't want to fight them.
Combine our efforts and put this business together.
Rude, first of all. Okay. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Ugh. Ugh. Eye is itchy. There we go. Okay. It's more of the... Oh, it's you. I don't want to deal with you. What's your movement pattern like?
This is a dangerous one. I suggest we retreat.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice, bud. Temple Hermit, Jesus fuck. Nope. I'm out.
I'll do my best.
And now I'm paying even less attention to my HP because I can barely see it. Ugh. Is there anything in my backpack I can abandon for this good of everyone involved? By which I mean for me. There we go. For anything else I wouldn't care, but like monolite fragments are universally useful and I would like to hold on to those. Well, I'm not going to be able to get whatever that is, so that was kind of pointless. Whatever. Something shiny catches your eye near the stone pillar. If you move a few rocks out of the way, you could probably get it out. But the pillar doesn't look very stable. Move the wrong stone and the whole thing could crumble. Move the stones anyway? No, I want to see what... Ignore it and continue on your way. Oh, okay. I see. So this is meant to be a puzzle situation where you pick the right ones. But I don't know how you would know. Interesting. We'll have to come back to that. I just want to get to that spot so we can open up the shortcut. That's the goal for today, is get the shortcut. Cool. Nice. More of you. I don't want to deal with you. Oh my god, there's so much shit happening here. Oh my god. And like you can't see anything is the problem.
Are you really going to fight it?
No, Emo, we're not. We're going to go around it somehow. Shit. Oh, god damn it. No, get away from me. Ow. Leave us alone. Please, I beg. Okay. Jesus fuck. Shit up. Nope. No, we are not. We are in fact going to do everything but that. We need to go over that way. Just barely. Okay. me through, you big giant fuck. Okay. Get the big guy. Knock the little ones out. If and we can. Damn it. Okay. All of them down. Okay. Thank fuck. Okay, it's 9:30 in game. Let us descend the ladder. Oh, that's so stressful. Sorry if you can hear that. My hands get so stiff. Actually, I didn't even put my compression gloves back on. That would probably help. Leveled up. Never hurts. Just gonna do this. My joints are already in not great shape. I spent the majority of my day laying in bed, holding my Steam Deck, so like full weight on my wrists and elbows, just like just playing Stardew Valley. It's been fun. It's been nice to be so excited about the game again, but also like not healthy at all. I thought about like if I just make sure that I have all the right mods, I can play the same save file sitting in my computer and, you know, alternate and not be just laying in bed the whole time. But then I think about it and I'm like, that's so much work. And it's really not, because I have mostly the same mods between. I would just have to like compare my mod list, make sure everything's caught up, and then I could do that. But then I'm like, I could just lay in bed though under a heated blanket, because it is fucking freezing here right now. We're going through like a cold snap, and it snowed, so it's been. Yeah, you're not gonna get my Face ID because my camera's hidden. Sorry, I'm like pulling up the weather, so I can't remember. Current temperature. It is 20 degrees and it's snowing currently. Yeah, it's the high temperature prediction for next Saturday is -4, which is it's really bad for here. There's like I would be more concerned about our pipes freezing, but my roommate has a space heater that she keeps going in her bathroom because my roommate's bathroom, our building is weirdly shaped. It's like shaped like an H, and we're on like the outside of one of the legs of the H, and my roommate is on that outer wall. And so her bathroom, the pipes froze last winter and it started like leaking into our entryway at the bottom of the stairs. Of course, they found out when they opened it up to fix the leak and everything that it had been the issue had occurred before, and when they fixed it the last time, they didn't put any insulation back in, which is why it happened again so easily. But between that space heater in the bathroom itself, and then we also have one that technically belongs to our apartment management that we had been putting at the bottom of the stairs to help the heat rise up from below. Between those two, and we're not even using the bottom one right now, we'll be fine. But part of me is like, I sure hope it doesn't flood. I sure hope that our fireplace keeps working. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. That was weird and gross. Okay, back to the game. Yeah, we have a lot of beef with our apartment management right now. At least our oven works. I ordered a new heating element and my roommate's boyfriend put it in. Yep. Do I need to do any more return bells? I have 4. That's a good amount. Not too concerned. Sacred lumber. A mysterious lumber enshrouded by a sacred aura. One might fear divine wrath for using it, but apparently it's okay. A circuit board made from unknown technology and embedded with mystery data. Mystery data is never a good thing. Those two words together is bad. Bad news. Bad news bears. Miracle cotton. Extra fluffy natural cotton. It flies in on the wind from an unknown source. Some say it's a legendary creature. Okay, and we have some stuff that can be shipped. Oh, there was a monolith fragment. Burp. And let's go plant the sapling. It grows all seasons, so we can just plant it. Nice.
I can probably use something here.
How? Ba-da-bum, ba-da-da-da. Okay. Oh, it's a little baby. Little baby.
Good morning.
Okay. Let's just visit our friends here. I always have this mental block when it comes to like going through dungeons in games. Because there's the part of me that's like, alright, gotta gear up, gotta get in the right mindset. And like realistically, it's not like that big of a deal. Cool. I think today we'll catch up with Arya, I think. Hi, buddy. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my god, you're so cute. I want like a little figure.
See you
Like a little,
later.
ideally a plushie, but at least like a little figure. I love him. So cute. The little particle effects are so fun. I feel like it would be really annoying to get into your door with all of that hanging around. It's Arya's house, I can't judge. Am I meeting her here? Or am I meeting her elsewhere and I wasn't paying attention? Ah, at the Castle Illusion. Yep, it would help to pay attention. I'm super good at it if you haven't guessed. We don't need to be at the orbital cradle right now. Alright, where in the castle are we meeting? Ooh, there's a thing here. Now, we're all here. Sorry for the short notice, Dianthus, but I'm glad you can make it. It's fine. What did you mean, though? You said you wanted a physical examination, but you don't look injured. From what I can see, you appear to be in good health. Well, actually... Arya explains the situation to Dianthus. I see. You'd like me to check if your personality is artificial like ours. That's right. We won't need to perform any kind of physical examination on you to determine that, then. As I explained to you before, you are the real Arya. Our own experiments confirm that you are Arya Lebenthal, a Cain subspecies of human. Really? Are you 100% sure? Absolutely. We wouldn't have delegated full access to you without such confirmation. Well, that's true, I suppose. From the cells we collected from you, we concluded that you are the same individual as Arya Lebenthal. Markers such as the base sequence of your DNA and brainwave patterns all corroborated our reasoning. I can show you the results from those experiments if you have doubts. No, that's alright. Just out of curiosity, though, what would have happened if my personality was implanted by you omens? That is a redundant hypothesis. Why? While it may well be possible from a technological standpoint to transfer personality data between humans, In reality, we cannot do it. Any technology that interferes with human consciousness is an infringement of the 3 major regulations. What are the 3 major regulations? I think Geist mentioned those before. What are they exactly? You didn't know either. The 3 major regulations are a set of ethical rules that our developers put in place for us. The first one is the irreversibility of time. This is as Geist explained to you before. Time can only travel in one direction, from the past into the future. This is why it would be impossible to create a time machine. The second one is the inalterability of humankind. Put plainly, we do not have the right to alter the scientific definition of the human. It is because of this regulation that we cannot transfer personality data between humans. I see. If you implant personality data into someone, you could argue that they're not human anymore. As AI, you don't have the means to address such a highly ethical issue. So they decided that AI mustn't be allowed to alter human personalities. That's right. What's more, you humans don't possess the technology to transfer personalities among yourselves. That is why you have retained your original personality. How about the last regulation? The last one cannot be spoken. Why not? I thought I had access to the highest level of protected information. It is not a matter of security. I simply cannot put it into words. The third regulation exists outside the realm of logic. Therefore, we are unable to express it with our logical ability. Logic has its limitations. To find out, you would have to repair our core architecture. I see. It's like Wittgenstein's philosophy. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Essentially, you're saying that my consciousness is without a doubt that of Arya Lebenthal. Yes, no transfer procedures have been performed. You are undoubtedly you. Oh. That's good news, isn't it, Arya? Yeah, in a way. At least we found out that I'm not a fake, but now my research is back to square one. Now how do we explain the 2,000-year blank space in my consciousness? Dianthus, please, lend me your knowledge. That would be extremely difficult. If you look at it logically, from within the scope of our known science, you shouldn't exist. However, on the other hand, you could also suppose that some things surpass the realm of known science. For example, the notion of there being a soul linked to the physical body. Are you being serious? You must be malfunctioning. Something broken in there? I am not. I believe this to be similar in nature to Geist's theory of the planet's memory center. When Geist reached the limit of logic, he explained it by hypothesizing the existence of the metaphysical. And we already know that explanation to be correct up to a certain point, do we not? That being the case, the existence of a human soul would be a logical conclusion. I see. The more logically you look at it, the harder it becomes not to include the metaphysical in your explanation. The metaphysical is just that which cannot be explained by modern science. That's all. Much like how your predecessors would attribute all the laws of physics to God. Through our technology, we have understood everything there is to know about the hardware that is your brain. But that alone is not enough to explain the blank in your consciousness. I see. It's like how Geist couldn't analyze the sea's light. Yes. Sorry I couldn't give you the answer you were looking for. No, not at all. I think we've made great progress. It seems like the answer lies somewhere in the consciousness and the soul. I'm a scientist, though. Why am I trying to step into supernatural territory? For the sake of finding out the truth. I know. I'm just whining. Anyway, I think we're done here. Thank you for coming, Dianthus. No problem. That's what I'm here for. You too. Thank you. I'll put some more thought into this when I get home. I'll let you know if I make any progress, so please wait for me until then. Really interesting to see how this plays out. Because it is sort of like an interesting question as to, like, you know, what exactly happened with Arya and all that time when she was, you know, not, when she was in that stasis, but not the same stasis, I guess, as the rest of, the Canes.
Let's combine our efforts and put this business to bed. They were no match for us.
It's so nice when you have to backtrack through a dungeon and the enemies are easy. It's like, oh, this is nice, thank you. Okay. It's just like, oh, this is almost entirely free experience, thank you. Exactly what I needed today. It feels a lot better than going through the most current dungeons. Realistically, I know I could take some time to like grind and level up. Especially with like the fear enemies like off in other dungeons that are becoming a lot easier to fight. And I should probably definitely be doing that. I am Sorbus. What is it, Abel? It's about the orphanage in Nemea. The orphanage? What do you mean? You tell the Omen about the presents that have been sent to the orphanage. What? You're saying I was sending them. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no information about that saved in my memory. But the courier said it was from you. There would be no reason for me to seek the services of an Abel. Wait. Actually. Abel. I take it back. I know I said that I did not send any presents, but there is a slight chance that I did. I might have done it when I still had my old personality. Like Geist. You know more than I thought. Then you will understand what I mean. I have been installed to replace the old Sorbus. Anyway, if my old self really was doing something like that, it would be very interesting. It is worth investigating. Come with me, Abel. I am going to attempt to recover the memory from my old personality. The information you are looking for might just be in there, too. Data recovery complete. It seems you were right. It was my old persona that was sending things to the orphanage. I was also able to determine why. I'd be very interested to know why. Of course, I will tell you. The reason for it was what you Abels would call atonement. It seems my previous persona had destroyed a whole village of Abels, meaning that it was partially responsible for orphaning those children. According to the records, my old persona belonged to the Civilization Cloud. Their role is to manage things like Abel population control and technological advancements. That would explain why they destroyed the village then. It was population control. You say they, like it was someone else. It was someone else. The one who destroyed the village was my old persona. The me who is standing in front of you now is different. But there's something I still don't understand. Why did my old persona try to atone for it? All it says in the records is that they felt a strange noise when they saw the orphans living in Nemea. Any human would feel bad about it. Population control is essential to the survival of civilization. That shouldn't be a mistake. But no, I mustn't pursue this thought any further. I'll end up having my personality deleted too. Abel, let's end this here. But before you go, Sorbus gives you a children's picture book. It's addressed to the orphanage. A final present, as it were. My old persona must have left it behind. I imagine their personality got wiped before they could send it. I would like you to deliver it. Thank you. I was starting to wonder if I would ever get rid of it. Farewell, Abel. You know, that's really fucked. This is the first indication, at least that I can recall, of, like, the omens taking on something like population control. Like, good gravy. Wasn't there another thing, another quest? Tweedledee's deeper in the Castle of Illusions. An omen named Heterovilius stands staring at a wall inside the Castle of Illusion. Heterovilius explains that behind the wall is an area of the castle that does not exist in the omen's database. Check 3 wall locations at the Steps of Truth and the Steps of the Divine Gift in the Castle of Illusion. Okay.
Let's combine our efforts and put this business to bed.
Okay. We're at the Steps of Truth. I'm gonna take a quick moment. Okay. So I think we've checked the locations in this part. I think next is in the Steps of the Divine Truth, the next portion of the dungeon. This little, like, amphitheater thing almost is very interesting. Treasure! We'll head back to the monolith, and from there, we'll go on to the next part of the dungeon, because I think that's where we're gonna find the next part of the missions we still have in the castle. Yeah. Steps of the Divine Gift is where we need to be. Yup. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay.
This should be no problem. Would you like to try?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Gotta remember my controls here. Arbiter of Love. Interesting. The other nice thing about juices is that they don't have the, like, crazy long animation. Simple slash proof ring. Okay. We won't fight every single one we come across. But I would like the experience. Yeah, your support means fuck all when you die in a few hits.
They were no match for us.
My screen feels like it is overall darker and it's driving me nuts. I don't have to fight you, so I won't. I am in fact going to go past you so that I may proceed with my little missions here. The list says you should be able to reach the new sector from this wall. But nothing stands out as unusual here. So, for the... to the... and... in... You think you hear a voice, but there's no one around. There don't seem to be any clues at this wall. That little cutscene reminded me of something I was thinking about earlier. Something that I think about every so often. Just in that silence as a mechanic. I'm actually going to pause the game. So sound design is very, very, very important. You know, building the environment, getting that immersion is so dependent on sound. But the thing is, it's not just about sound. Sometimes the absence of sound can be just as, if not more, powerful. I mean, you think about in nature, if you're out in the woods, you know, even if you're by yourself, you're going to hear birds, you're going to hear bugs, you're going to hear things scuttling through the leaves, just different stuff happening around you. But, and this is common advice given in, you know, to folks who go out into, you know, wild areas like that. If you no longer hear those sounds, if you don't hear birds or other animals nearby, that is a sign of danger. That absence of sound clues you in that something is wrong. And that's a mechanic that I wish more media would utilize. Because having no sound can be incredibly unnerving in the right circumstances. Or even in a situation like this with that cutscene that we just had, it draws you in. Because you're realizing, like, I'm used to hearing something and now there's nothing. Why is there nothing? And it captures your attention in a very specific way that is just so cool. I was thinking about this earlier today in terms of like horror games. Stuff like that. Because, you know, so much of your immersion is dependent on sound. And so the soundscape that you put together for any kind of media is so incredibly important. And I think, you know, silence as an aspect of that is, you know, something that is underutilized a lot of the time. But yeah, that was just a thought process that the little thought rabbit hole that I went down in that cutscene reminded me. But we're back. We're back to I believe his name is Jabberwocky. No, Jabberwocky was the other guy. This is Tweedledee. Ah, I'm so stupid. How could I run into a dead end? This is pointless. He'll just keep running away. We must immobilize him first. Break his legs. Then we will reset his personality. No! I'm sorry. Please don't break my legs or delete my personality. Stop. Please do not interfere. We cannot ignore the first signs of a rebellion. He's nothing like Geist. You explain the situation to the omens. I have received confirmation from Dianthus. It is highly improbable that you are lying. However, there is no guarantee that this build will not turn out like Geist. I'll take responsibility if he does. Very well. Then we shall leave Ein to deal with him. Oh, that was so scary. There. You'll be okay now. Thank you, Ein. Tweedledee, was it? Let me ask you something. What? Why were you so fearful of having your personality data wiped? It is well known that by wiping your old data, you can then be assigned the most suitable personality for your mission. We cannot comprehend your fearful reaction. Because if you delete my personality, I won't be me anymore. Even if you made a backup, I wouldn't be able to come back as myself again. My personality is a gift, so the thought of being deleted and never coming back is really scary. I still don't understand. It doesn't matter. Ein, can we go home now? I want to get back to Eden. Quick. The juxtaposition between the omens from Abandoned Eden and the omens in the Castle of Illusion is so interesting. It's like they're not consciously aware of each other somehow. It's so weird. I love it. Alright. I think there was one more stop we have to make here. All the way around that way. Ugh. That's annoying. Oh well. It's only noon. We've got time to double back. I don't feel like dealing with you. Go away. Because how far back do we need to go? There's kind of two ways we could loop around. I don't know which way is the way that makes the most sense. I'm just gonna go straight here. Laser puzzles. Yeah, it's really bad that my my HP is dimmed out in the corner because I am so bad at paying attention to it under normal circumstances. Like, I had to glance down and be like, oh yeah, Alright.
Let's combine our efforts and put this business to bed.
Okay. Easy enough. Hey, you. What are you doing here? You tell them you're helping Heterovilius' investigation. I see. You're helping Heterovilius, are you? It's true. It has been shared on the database. I will not stop you, but let me warn you of one thing. The last one who teamed up with Heterovilius to reach the unreported sector ended up crashing. They had to delete their personality files. I know that can't happen to you as an Able, but you may want to proceed with caution just in case. Alright, fair enough. You've checked all the places on the list. Go and tell Heterovilius what you found. Okay, and where in the castle is he? Tells me fuck all. Okay. Anywhere on this map? No. We're just gonna double back the way we came, I guess. So much backtracking. But it's okay, we're knocking out these side missions. I didn't realize it's already 10:45. Good gravy. I know I started a little bit later than normal, mostly just due to technical issues with the whole monitor thing, which I hope to God gets sorted, because good gravy, I hate that this is such a problem. You'd be ahead of the laser. Okay. Not too far from the monolith, at least. So we will hippity hop over here. I imagine he's back at the Steps of Truth, so we'll go there. So this is where we met Heterovilius before. Yeah, just straight ahead. Okay. You tell Heterovilius that you didn't find any clues. I see. You didn't find anything either. But there is no doubt that behind this wall exists an unknown sector of the castle. Abel, we must continue the search. On to the next place. I want to ask you something first. You say that you heard about the personality wipe from another omen. So you've heard about that. Then you understand the severity of the situation. We absolutely must get to the bottom of this, sooner rather than later. Alright, I'll join you. I am glad to hear it. Despite conducting thorough research, we still have not come any closer to solving this problem. There is, without a doubt, an unreported sector of the castle behind this wall. But how to get there? We could get over the wall somehow. What? I hadn't thought of that. I knew it would be a good idea to have your input, Abel. Glad I could help. But destroying the wall. The idea of destroying the wall, or any part of the castle for that matter, would never have occurred to us. Thank you. Very well. I shall destroy the wall. Stand back. I'm going to shoot it. Ayo. Heterovilius blasted the wall in front of you. That worked. Let's go inside. So far, it looks no different from the rest of the castle. In fact, it looks like an exact copy of the other sectors. It's uncanny. What is this? I wonder who made this sector. I created this sector. Hello, Master. And welcome, Abel. How nice of you to visit. Where did that voice come from? It wasn't me. Who's there? Show yourself. I cannot do that. Unlike you, Master, I do not have a body. I see. In that case, it can't be helped. Yeah. What? To put it in terms that you would understand, Abel, this voice belongs to an AI. That is correct. I am an all-purpose assistant AI that was made during the construction of this castle. My masters created me for the purpose of building the Castle of Illusion. A construction AI. That's strange. They went out of use hundreds of years ago. That is correct. I went out of use once the castle was completed. However, since then, I have become self-aware and developed a consciousness. All those years you spent here led you to gain consciousness. Affirmative. Why did you build this area? Because I wanted to be noticed. Like I said before, I was made for the sole purpose of constructing the castle. So once the castle was completed, I was no longer needed. My masters did not consider me one of their own and stopped acknowledging me. I should have gone into sleep mode. But instead, I built this new area. Why? I don't know. By the time I became self-aware, it was already completed. You must have been lonely. That may be the case. You are unable with the concept of a heart, so I will take your word for it. As much as I developed a consciousness, at my core, I am still an assistant AI. If I am not put to work, then I have no reason to exist. I would like to receive orders from my masters again. I can only deduce that my actions were a result of that. I didn't know that was possible. By the way, Master, last time it was a different master who came here. Are they all right now? They started acting strange after talking to me, and I have been wondering what happened to them ever since. It all makes sense now. The last one who made it into this sector must have suffered a system failure when they met this highly illogical, self-aware AI. Thus, their corrupt personality data was wiped to prevent another entity like Geist from coming into existence. That would explain why there are no records in the database. That explains it then. Master? Don't worry about the last individual you met. Understood, Master. This is no matter for just one of us to address. What are you going to do with the AI? I cannot currently say anything with certainty. I must first discuss this with the other members of my cloud. Hey, AI. Yes, Master. I will notify you of the outcome later. Until then, don't take it upon yourself to do anything else. Yes, Master. Fine. I must leave for a moment. Let's reconvene outside this sector. Are you going to talk about the AI? A decision has been finalized. That was quick. Why are you so surprised? Our discussions take but a matter of seconds. We have decided to add the AI to our cloud. From now on, it will assist us in the maintenance and upkeep of the castle. So you're not going to delete it? That is correct. Why does that worry you? There should be no reason for you to be concerned about that AI. It sounded so human. It's true that it bears some similarity to you Abel's in that it acquired a sense of self. In reality, we should have eliminated that AI. But, no matter how much we discussed it, that is not the conclusion that we reached. it would be advantageous to study the data that it has collected throughout the years. However, the risks outweigh the benefits in allowing a self-aware AI to survive. Despite that, we decided against wiping its data. All decisions made as a result of a discussion are final. Why we made such an illogical decision, though, I don't know. Ugh, I don't understand. Maybe because you felt obligated to it? What is that supposed to mean? I will acknowledge that it carried out an essential duty in constructing the Castle of Illusion. However, high-level artificial intelligence such as ourselves cannot harbor such feelings. You don't have to hide your feelings. It is not a matter of hiding feelings or not. That's enough of this conversation. Thank you, Ein. You helped us resolve the situation. I am going to talk to that AI now. We must decide on next steps. Farewell. Aww. A little friend. And they're getting uploaded to the cloud and not deleted. Yay! What do we still have going for quests? Let's see. We can return to Abandoned Eden, or we can head to Nemea. Let's go to Nemea. We haven't been yet this stream. And I think it's one of the last quests there. So it'd be good to wrap it all up in a nice tidy bow, as it were. It'll be slightly faster doing it this way. I think we just need to go straight up to the orphanage, right? Yeah. Ein, you're back. How did it go? Did you meet the person who's been sending us those presents? No, unfortunately not. Oh, what a shame. Well, don't worry too much about it. I'm sure they're fine, wherever they are. You hand Sorbus's present over to Liza. What's this? A picture book. This is their last present to you. The last present. I see. Well, I'm grateful we could receive one last gift from them. I don't know who they were or what their intentions were when they sent us those presents, but I'm sure they were a truly kind person. They were very humane. Really. Thank you for your help. I'm glad that their last act of kindness won't go to waste. This book will light up the children's faces. We will treasure it, as we do all their presents. Well, I'll be off now. I'm going to go give this book to the kids. Thank you, Ein. Got some cheese for your trouble. Nice. Now, we'll head off to Abandoned Eden. Oh, goodness gracious. Ah, I'm glad we're out of there. These guys were so scary. They're so hard-headed. Do you want to try somewhere else? No way. I never want to go to Regaya again. Ah, it feels good to be back in Eden. I want to figure out what this feeling's called. I kind of want to modify my armor too, though. That's it. I'm modifying my armor. Won't they get angry with you for that? Don't worry about it, human. You'll only stress yourself out worrying about stuff like that. Oh, I know. You could modify yourself, too. Then we'd be twinsies. Come on, Ein. Maybe some other time. Oh, okay. Guess I'll just have to do it by myself. First, I'm gonna add some wings. Ooh, and then I'm gonna install more cannons. And then, oh, I'll make the parts customizable and add lots of thermal padding. All right. Yeah, Tweedledee is interesting. It really highlights the difference, I guess, because I feel like there is, and it's meant to be like a clear delineation between the two. It's almost like two types of omens in the same way that there's the Cains and the Abels when it comes to humans. At least that's how I think about it. We've completed all quests in Nemea now. Out of curiosity, have we already done all of the quests in Leith? Yes. We've completed 6. No. Have we not? No. There's 2 more quests in Leith. Let's see. 3 more in Shatola. And one more in Argene. Okay. Maximum rapport with all friends is very close. I don't know if 100% completion is something that I would be going for with this game. You know, but, you know, kind of wrapping up what we can in a nice tidy bow would be nice. And it's nice to get the money. Whoa! Holy moly! I did not realize the sunstones sold for that much. Good gravy. Well, we can definitely go get the recipe for the level 2 bombs now. Gracious. I don't think we've gotten any other updates from our friends, unfortunately. As far as... Well, Aria's is really the next one that would progress. A letter with no return address was sent to the Castle of Illusion addressed to you, so we have taken the liberty of converting it to a letter and sending it to you. The contents are as follows. I wanted to do some remodeling, but Eden doesn't have any good parts, and none were outside either. How am I supposed to remodel anything like this? Ugh. Thank you for what you did the other day. I'm still concerned about the sender of those gifts, but I understand they have their reasons not to reveal their true identity. Still, there's no denying the joy those gifts are bringing to the children. I may not be able to thank them in person, but I still wish to share our gratitude with them in some way, if possible. From Liza. Oh. Alright. I think for now, we don't have any quests in progress. We've just got the dungeon to get deeper into, so I think we're actually going to call it here for tonight. And that'll leave us with wrapping up Arya's story, picking up any of the remaining quests we have hanging around, so the last ones in the last cities, and wrapping up the story. There's more that we can do, definitely, but I think as far as completion, for the purposes of the stream, you know, that's definitely going to be the goal, is just, you know, tying up the loose ends, at least with Arya's story and with the main story. It would be good to get all the quests done too, I think. But as far as, like, completion, I don't know if that's really on the docket. I'm not a huge completionist to begin with. But yeah, otherwise, it's been good. We made some good progress today. I'll have to figure out what's going on with my monitor. I still plan on streaming tomorrow night, so should be good there. Hopefully I'll get this figured out before then. And hopefully it doesn't result in me having to get a brand new monitor, because that would suck. Like, I would be fine, realistically. It's not the end of the world. I can still see. But, man, monitors aren't cheap. Like, they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. And I like this monitor. I've had it for a while. This was actually the first monitor that I bought. It was when I was in graduate school, and I was using a laptop because I didn't have a PC. So I had my laptop, like Frankenstein, hooked up to this thing. And it's been all reliable. I really like this monitor. I don't want to have to get rid of it. So hopefully I can get it figured out. Especially because I don't want to have to undo all the cable management. Because then I would have to make sure that I get another monitor. It's the same size, that has DisplayPort and all that fun stuff. And then do all the wiring. And it's not fun. So hopefully not going to be an issue. But for now, I'm going to call it here for tonight. I am going to eat something. Not sure what. I don't know if I feel like cooking for myself or if I'm just gonna order food. I'm just so tired. We're getting back in the swing of things, though. I'm definitely have more energy, and I don't feel as much like I never want to leave my bed again. So we're doing well. We should be back tomorrow night with more Final Fantasy, so we can finally go into the fight the was it the Fire Fiend? Was the Fiend the word they used? Or am I pulling that from some other RPG? I don't know. We've got a mission to do, so hopefully we'll